In a world of remakes and remasters,
Are we playing for keeps?
what was once sacred and cool has now soured and become lame.
Red.
Gone are the days of Paz and Cowabunga. Now is the reign of slurp juice and dabs. Kids these days don't even know how bad they've got it. Now it's up to the best generation to rise to the occasion and make a show that dares to go where a lot of other nerdy shows have already gone quite a bit. That's right. They're going to talk about it a lot.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. This is Best Gen, where nerds complain about nerdy things, and it's called Best Gen because everyone on the show is más o menos from the same generation, and we happen to think that it was the best one, not because we're better than everyone else, but our movies and entertainment certainly were, so strap on in and prepare to wax nostalgic as we reminisce upon the days of yore, while simultaneously complaining about the utter filth that's dripping out of the Hollywood pipes on a daily basis. How's everybody doing?
Awesome.
Terrible, man.
Excited to be here.
David's sick. His whole family's sick. They didn't even show up to Thanksgiving.
Yep. I had to cancel.
Yep.
Kids are running a fever, and there's been nonstop coughing for 3 days in our house. It's been awful.
Oh, my word.
Shoot, sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Same. Goodness. Hope everyone feels better soon.
We're joined by...
We're coming out of it, so we
joined
better
by...
be better by Dragonsteel.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
right?
got a couple days.
Yep.
Dragonsteel's going to be fun. We're joined by Steven from Simply Nerdy, who doesn't come on the show as often as he's supposed to.
I'd love to come on more often. I need to start watching all your shows, though. I am behind on Silo, but I am catching up.
Yeah, well, it's only 3
I'm
episodes
not-
deep in season 2, so you don't have a lot.
Isn't there more than that? I thought there was a couple more.
Well, today is episode 4.
Okay.
So
okay.
because HBO is the only one that does it, they always release their shows on Sunday night.
Wait,
'Cause
no,
they're-
I thought Silo released it on a Thursday.
Oh no! Okay, right. Sorry, I did it
this
again.
last
I'm
week.
thinking of Dune again.
Yeah, we did this.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so usually, anytime HBO does a show, we talk about it literally a week after it airs. But Silo is Apple, so
Yes.
that released this Thursday. It was episode 3 this week. That's the only show we're talking about because I started watching Dune last week, and it opened with a very graphic, extremely long sex scene, and I don't want to watch that. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to judge anyone if they're still watching Dune. It seemed like a pretty fun show that I was excited for, and definitely wasn't expecting full nudity. It's because the franchise is already established, right? You know,
Right.
you have like a tone and a rating for the franchise. You've got 2 movies under your belt, and this is going to be the filler between movies 2 and 3, and it suddenly jumps, different kind of, completely different kind of content. That, I just, I'm a good Christian boy, and I just don't feel good about promoting a show like that.
See, I was going to ask you how accurate it was to the book, but
No clue. Well, honestly, there's a lot of sex in the books, but it's usually like, well, okay, most of the time it's like fade to black stuff. Some of there are a couple scenes in the books that get pretty weirdly graphic.
Pretty toasty.
It's not like describing the bits and bobs, but it's he frequently describes the euphoria because it's part of that spice agony, you know. But
Neat. Okay.
it's a little bit different when you're reading about something in a book than, you know. So it's not for me. Don't judge any, you know, not going to judge anybody if it is for you. So if you're still watching, you can keep us updated if it turns any good. It wasn't, I don't know, episode 1 was intriguing, but it didn't immediately grab me as, oh, this is going to be the best show ever. Mark Clark's in the chat reminding David of his $250 that he spent on tickets. Nice, because he definitely forget. Don't forget about Dragonsteel. Yeah, like it's the title of the video. We're not going to forget about Dragonsteel.
Well, it's a miracle. It's a miracle you even got a ticket to Dragonsteel. So good job.
Well,
No, that was insane. Yeah, I was at work just refreshing the page every 10
I was
seconds.
there doing the same. Jeez,
Yeah,
man.
it was.
If you weren't,
it was
you didn't
crazy.
get one.
yeah, I was there 40 minutes late, and they were gone. So
Nope, that was it.
I was also in that conundrum of I had already applied for a booth, which comes with a ticket, but they hadn't responded yet.
Man,
So I didn't know if I needed to buy a ticket. That was
oh, that's
frustrating.
the worst.
Yes, that was a little bit frustrating.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Well, we're going. Thank goodness.
It's gonna be
Wow.
fun. That's what Steve hasn't watched Silo, but he's here to talk about Dragonsteel for a little bit. Some stuff we're gonna do, and we're not gonna talk about Dune unless anybody watched. That's fine. You can talk about it. I don't care. I just didn't watch it. And we're gonna talk about Silo, which was pretty fun. And not a lot of news. I've been busy with a new baby, and I haven't been on Twitter. It kind of feels I felt more healthy this week for some reason. I don't know why.
Weird.
I don't know why. Like I felt good this week.
Healthy doses away from social media is always encouraged.
Yeah, but it makes good content, baby. So I can never say no. I can never let it go. Does that make you a masochist? Because you don't like board games.
Wait, me? Who is this?
No, he's talking about. He said. He said Silo releases on Friday, Dune is on Sunday, and I release an episode twice a year.
Oh, there we go.
And I said, hey, now.
Hey, they take.
I
forever to
released.
edit, man.
I
Those
released videos the last 2 weeks. I just missed this week because I've been
Hey,
sick.
and David is part of my new series going forward. So he helped me record some. I mean, I did all the work, but he just sat there
Hey.
and talked.
What do you call that spreadsheet, man?
I call that embarrassing to admit. But yeah, ultimate nostalgia. I'm finally going to get around to reading all of the Ultimate Marvel comic books, and I want it to be weekly, but we're going to be recording a bunch of those now, and hopefully I can have a weekly video on there. It's a little bit easier to make than some of my harder to edit, longer to edit videos. And I just want to be making more stuff. So the first couple videos will be members only until January or the end of December. Mark Clark, the $4.99. Thank you so much for the donation. We know you can't say no, and that's why you've got another kid. Yes, my wife wears the pants in our relationship and makes the money. It's almost like I wrote a song about it.
A good one too.
And that'll be on the album that you'll be selling at Dragonsteel, right?
No.
Whoa, dang it!
No, I
That's a
I
good
made
segment.
real music too.
Oh, but that music's
No,
so good.
the funny songs on my YouTube channel, it's not serious. I am also a serious musician. You of all people should know Steven because you're on the album. Your voices.
Thank you.
And
yes.
I think I've got 100 copies I'll have there. I have no idea. It's kind of like I don't know how many people are going to go to a book convention and buy music, but it'll be there if people want to buy it.
It'll be there. Yeah, exactly.
So
This is your first that you've ever published, right? This is a big deal.
Well, I had a Christmas song,
Oh yeah, that's right. You
Water,
did a
yeah.
Christmas song.
but it was just a single.
That's
I have a couple other Christmas songs that aren't finished yet, and I kind of want to do like a Christmas EP.
Awesome.
But they need more
Nice.
work. Oh, Mark Clark says I'm not half bad. Oh, it's on it. He likes my album. Well,
It is a good one.
that's better than being okay, I guess. I like the album too. I listen to it all the time. It's the kind of music that I like to listen to. I also understand it's very different. So you call your friends fat puddings now? Yes. You got to watch the movie though. You really do need to watch The Man of La Mancha. It's the best musical ever made. So.
Fantastic.
Well, no, it's not the best musical. It's one of the best movies ever made. The Music Man is the greatest musical ever made.
Oh, Music Man, yeah.
Good one too.
You can't
so good.
like you can't beat that.
No.
I don't know. Some of Hades Town music is pretty good too.
Okay, that's the gayest thing you've ever said.
No, that's the gayest thing you've ever said to reject that truth.
Sorry, no,
Wow.
you said Hades Town.
Yes.
I know. Okay, here's the thing. I know because I know Jared so much. I've been around him. He said Hades Town, but in my mind, I thought
You
he
thought
said
Gay Town or something.
no. I thought you said Urine Town because
Urinetown's great too.
No.
though.
I know like your whole family was obsessed with Urinetown for like
Yeah.
5 years, and it was like this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. It's like Footloose, except that it's illegal to pee instead of dance, and there's
so good.
music.
It's so good.
It sounds like the worst thing ever.
That sounds pretty dumb. I've never heard of any of those. But Mark
But yeah-
Clark called it correctly. Fiddler on the Roof is the best.
Fiddler on the Roof is the second best musical. Music Man is better.
Yeah, I don't know
Music
about
Man
that.
is better, man.
Music Man's
What the
fantastic,
movies?
but
Fiddler
Fiddler on the Roof.
Fiddler on the Roof is a better movie.
Oh,
The
there we go.
Music Man is a better musical.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
Some of the music from Fiddler on the Roof can be kind of. I mean, it's really good, but it's also kind of depressing and
Who said musicals have to be happy?
you
Yeah.
know that's
Jared.
why they're musicals. You add music
No.
to make it happy.
No, you add music to make it emotional.
You're right.
It can be happy
Yeah.
or sad or melodramatic or
So,
angry or whatever.
On that
Yeah.
note, this entire intro talking about musicals, we've actually been bearing the lead because we all went and saw Wicked in theaters.
Yes.
No, we didn't.
Nope.
I did.
I want to. You're
Just
supporting it. No, just kidding.
How'd you like it, Steven?
I think
No,
I didn't.
watch it.
I honestly didn't mind it. It wasn't too bad. I mean, the publicity around it's been a nightmare, but
Yeah,
the movie wasn't half bad.
that's what I've been hearing.
Yeah. Man, honestly, I probably, I was more excited about a Wicked movie 10 years ago, right? But even then, I probably still would have gone to see this movie if it weren't for just the insufferable social media, all the stupid things the actresses have been saying. It's turned me off so hard. Like, someone made a fan edit of the poster to make it look like the original Broadway poster,
Yeah,
and you called them racist
yeah.
for covering up her eyes. Like, that is just the most asinine take I can think of.
Yeah.
And I just oh man.
I agree.
Like, they weren't even going after the right people. They were going after their own there. Like, that
Right.
was someone who was excited to see the movie, and they wanted to make they wanted to tweak the poster a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
It's
dumb,
such
yeah.
a absolutely insane thing to say. And all
after that, I kind of
the
stopped
interviews
following the press around it. And all
the interviews
I
have
was
just
like, yeah, I'm
been
out.
insufferable. But
Yeah,
I've heard the movie isn't half bad.
it's not.
I just
We'll also
I just
have
know
to wait for the second part though to make a fully
Right.
formed
Yeah, that
opinion.
was annoying.
I do know
I don't like that.
of the few clips that I've seen, I don't like some of the acting choices they're making in song. Like I think like a musical, you do a little bit of like talky singing, There's a little bit of it's still part of the song, but you're doing some like emoting, and so it's not as musical, you know.
Right.
I call it talk singing. It only ever happens in musicals.
Very much.
Some of the clips I've seen, I'm just like, ooh, I don't love that, but
They definitely
I'm also
changed.
pretty picky.
Yeah, they definitely changed some of the music.
Speaking of musicals, though, I have my wife and I and family, because we've been sick all the time, we've been watching a lot of movies, and we watched Scrooge: A Christmas Carol. It's a new animated Christmas Carol adaptation on Netflix.
Jim Carrey, isn't it?
No. That one's no. That one wasn't. I mean, it was all right, but no. This is a new one on Netflix. And it's an animated version of the Scrooge musical.
So they did the same music from the movie?
Kind of. They updated it for a more modern, younger audience.
Because the old Scrooge musical is fantastic.
Yeah.
The thank you very much. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
They sing a song.
They reprise all those songs. A lot of them they change a little bit, you know, and make more modern renditions musically. Some of them I really liked. Some of them were not so great. But you know, it was fun. It's fun for the kids. Some of it was I don't know. They try to kidify it, I think, a lot, which kind of bothered my wife. It was fun.
The opening song with Scrooge just walking around the town, just go, I hate
people.
I hate life. It's so good.
It's good. And it reprises from.
I love it.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
fantastic.
is it that musical?
Yeah, but it's a new animated version from Netflix. It was fun. I enjoy the original much better, but you know, it was all right. I also watched Spirited, which is the new Christmas Carol-esque thing with Ryan Reynolds and.
Well, that was last year, right?
Yeah, it was last
year, but yeah.
That was really fun.
Right? I told you that last year, guys. I told you it was good.
Yeah, I'll watch it this season.
Yeah, I had some issues with it.
It's just I've been worried because
really fun.
It's been a really long time since Will Ferrell has been funny, and I love Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
But like every movie he's been, it's just like, come on, like
yeah,
you're not even trying.
Really good with him.
He was really good in this one. It was really fun. I liked some
that
of the
makes me
concept
happy,
they were
then.
going for.
It's
There are
kinda
some
like
issues that I have with it.
fiction sort of.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean that sort of performance from Will Ferrell. It's that sort of performance.
Yeah. It's kind of the premise of it is that you know, Scrooge wasn't the only one that has been visited by these ghosts. There's like a whole organization
I've seen the trailer.
Visits more people, right, to change their lives. Yeah, so I thought it was really fun. I think they kind of misunderstand a little bit some of the original intention of the thing, but I don't know. It's all right. It's fun.
Ooh, Mark Clark. Are you talking? Did you mean to say Scrooged or Scrooge's and White Christmas?
And that's the other one we watched too.
Bill Murray?
Scrooged with Bill Murray. Oh,
that's a good one.
That's so freaking good.
But White Christmas, that might be the gayest thing you've ever said, Mark.
Hey, no. White Christmas is fantastic too.
I didn't say it wasn't good. I said it was kind of gay.
Scrooge.
Christmas with the Cranks is one of our favorites.
That's what I figured. All hail Al Dan. Thanks for tuning in. All hail the Lord Dragon. Yes, indeed. Everybody needs to go tell the Lord Dragon that he needs to freaking schedule a Dungeon Crawler Carl Book 5 stream so that I can read the 6th book.
That's a good one. Good one.
You guys need to pester him. Matt Dinniman's going to be at Dragonsteel. That's exciting. A little bit more excited to meet him than to talk about Wind and Truth because it's kind of sucked so far. I don't know. Have you read it, Steve?
I have not. No spoilers, please.
No spoilers. Okay.
I wanted to. I've been trying to reread the whole series before Dragonsteel, and I epically failed. I'm on book 4, but I decided to just read a to watch a summary video for the fourth book because I only have a week and I got like 50 hours left to book 4. And I was like, I'm not gonna make it.
Yeah.
So it comes out this week, right?
We start. Well,
yes,
the audiobook and all of that.
Yeah, but they've been releasing chapters every week.
Yes.
Because the Prophet of the Dragon started a weekly stream every Tuesday. We'd read the chapters on Monday and we talked about them and did theories, and it was supposed to be a fun stream, and it ended up being just like a misery tour, and we just we stopped doing it. Like
oh no,
I
saw those videos. I was like, I want to participate. I wish I could, because I want to reread it.
Wind and Truth has been very frustrating. There is some good stuff in there, but I don't want to spoil anything for you. But it's been tough. It's been tough.
You can talk about it after I hop off.
Anyway, I'm gonna try. The goal is to get. Also, if I would have had the booth for more than one day, I would have been right next to Matt Dinneman. We would have been, but he only has a booth on Thursday and Friday, and Friday, Saturday, and we have the booth on Thursday. So we would have been booth neighbors. But it's okay. David. I'm gonna corner him.
Yes.
And convince him to come on the show.
I was talking with David, and we were saying that next year we should all just pitch in and do the full 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If prices don't go up astronomically again, man, the price difference between last year and this year is insane.
I know. It was crazy.
But
I thought about going VIP till I saw the price. I was like, oh, never mind.
Oh yeah, the voice actor's phenomenal. Jeff Hayes is hilarious. If you're not reading Dungeon Crawler Carl, I don't repent. It's so good.
Done.
Yeah. I realized on the last stream that I can actually do a pretty good Princess Donut impression. And you know me, I'm not good with impressions. So Dragonsteel. It's gonna be fun.
Heck yeah.
We have a booth for Thursday. Mark Clark's gonna be there. We're all gonna go out to dinner one of the nights. Probably not day one. Day one's gonna be stressful.
Good, because I can't go day one. I could do any other day though. That'd be fun.
But Friday or Saturday doesn't matter. We can do dinner whenever you want. Also, if I could get your assistance, you don't have to do it the whole time. I want to. I've been talking this up for a while, because Rafe Judkins, he who shall not be named, even though I just named him. One of the stupidest things that he ever said was he bragged on a podcast. He literally just created a statistic out of thin air, pulled it out of his butt, and he claimed that they have we pulled everybody. We have the best fandom of all time. 70% of everyone who's read the Wheel of Time books says that the show is as good or better than the books. So I want to poll everyone at Dragonsteel. Just like, hey, have you read the Wheel of Time? Yes, no? Do you think the good is as good or better than the books?
Didn't you do that last year too?
No. Well, I did something similar. I asked if people liked it, but I want to just I don't even want to have a discussion. I just want to get a poll. I just want to get a statistic.
Let's do it.
So we're gonna get the real statistic. Anyone who's read the Wheel of Time, do they think the show is as good or better than the books? Yes or no? And just check marks.
That'd be awesome.
Yep.
You want to talk about what we're gonna have at the booth? There you
go. Yeah. So the booth's gonna be fun. I got the banner from the printers last week, and it looks nice, and it's not even the same story. Yes, I know. I don't think it's better than the books. We're gonna have a booth there on the first day, on Thursday, which is also the day of the book release. I'm gonna be at the booth all day. I'm not leaving the booth on Thursday. Some of these other guys are gonna go off and do some of the panels, but yeah, I'm only going to do panels on Friday and Saturday. I will have physical copies of my music album that you can buy if you want, and we're going to be giving away a bunch of stuff. on a raffle. So get people to sign up to our prospective YouTube channels, and then give away some prizes. I've got a few things to give away. I can give away some albums. I don't know if that's an exciting prize or not. I don't know how to sell myself, you know. I like it. I really like it. I don't know if other people do. But I've got a hardcover copy of the trade paper the trade cover of Tress in the Emerald Sea that I'll be giving away. It's not the Dragonsteel edition. It's the trade cover.
Right.
I think that's how you say it. Don't buy the album. It's free on Spotify.
Oh no!
Wow. Yes. You can listen to the entire thing on Spotify.
Not in order, though.
You jerk.
That's true, unless you're premium subscriber.
It'll only let you shuffle like 6 songs from the album, and then it moves on to something else entirely.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's how it was for me.
On desktop,
On
you can
Spotify.
listen. If you're listening on your phone and you don't have Spotify Plus, it shuffles. If you're on desktop, you can listen to it. It's weird.
I was going to say, that doesn't sound like premium.
No.
Jake, though,
I don't have Spotify Premium.
I need to send it. I need to organize our next book club. I did finish reading Heart of Darkness, and I'm almost done reading Heroes Die. If you want to read that one too, but it's been fun. So Pulp Mortem's a fun guy. If you're not subscribed to his channel, I don't know what you're doing because his videos are freaking hilarious. So seriously, it sounds like something you're like, oh, why would I watch all of these? But it's the most entertaining crap ever. I literally binged every single one of his videos the second I heard of him. I was up till like 3 o'clock in the morning just watching like his first like 35 vids. It was great.
Nice.
Anyway, Dragonsteel.
Yeah.
I've got a hardcover copy of Tress of the Emerald Sea, some albums I can give away, maybe a couple other things. David's got some board games he wanted to give away.
Yep, got a couple board games and a couple
He's
comic
giving
books.
away a copy of the Mistborn deck building game.
No.
Sorry.
I was like, what? You are?
No, this is mine. This is mine. You can't have this.
You said,
Wow.
oh, I want to show it on the stream, and I'm going to give it away.
Are you trying to give away mine? Sorry, I have mine at my
No,
house.
heck no.
Have you played it yet then, David?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's really fun.
We're getting to maybe some rough waters here since this is the wrong stream for this, but have you played Dominion then? You played Dominion, right?
I've played
of
it.
How does it compare to that?
It's pretty different. I mean, Dominion has like a set number of cards, a static market, and this one has a rotating river card market you can buy from. It's a lot more similar to something like Star Realms or Hero Realms, if you played deck builder like that.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting it, so that's exciting.
It's really well thought out. The mechanics of the game mirror the allomancy in the world really well. So and I think there's room for expansions for more characters. I hope in the future.
Let's go.
This is basically just from the first Mistborn book.
Okay.
So I think there's a couple small spoilers in some of the artwork for some of the other ones, but I'm hoping they release more characters, more playable characters from other books in the series.
It's good to hear, though. It's always a toss-up when you get a board game that's based off of a movie or something, because you're like,
a lot of them.
It's usually a 50-50 shot of like, oh, this is just like a skin, and this is just a game, and it's Harry Potter flavored, and it has the gameplay has nothing to do with the books, right?
I mean, which aren't bad, like the whole the spy
Harry Potter
one,
Hogwarts
right?
battle or whatever.
Hogwarts battle is actually pretty fun, and it kind of it's a pretty cool adaptation. I'm just saying in general, like, oh, it's like it's Harry Potter Monopoly. Okay, it's just plain old Monopoly.
Yeah.
I think like a couple ones that changed it up pretty well. I mean, I love Lord of the Rings Risk. It is still just Risk. it's a better version of Risk, but it's still Risk.
So, yeah.
Star Wars Risk is actually a completely different game.
Completely different game. I haven't played that one,
In a
but
good
yeah,
way or bad way?
there's a couple where you're like, oh, I don't know why I bought this.
Yeah. Yep.
Jaws, the board game, is
I've heard that's good.
It's literally the greatest adaptation I've ever seen.
Wow.
Which is from movie to board game. It feels like you're watching the movie. It's a stealth game, which I didn't know existed. I didn't know you could have a stealth board game.
It's a hidden movement.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
really
a whole genre
cool.
of board games, bro.
We're gonna need a bigger board.
That was good. Good job. Very good.
Oh, Jake. Okay, you got me. That was a good one. Next year's Jared can bring his kids. Yeah. I might have an extra ticket for Jared. Our other cousin from the other side of from Steven's side of the family says he has a friend who might have an extra ticket. He was supposed to text me on Sunday or on Saturday to see if it was real, but he hasn't texted me back. So I'll text him on Monday, see if he has an extra ticket.
So
Jared might come.
We keep getting sidetracked. So you're going to have some books and maybe some albums.
I'm going to have some books. David's going to be giving away his copy of the Mistborn deck building game. And Steven said he was giving... Steven and Simply Nerdy, they have some like 3D printing nozzles they're giving away. And his firstborn son. And...
No, of course not.
And the grand prize, what do you tell them what that is, Steve?
Yeah. So the grand prize. So I have a 7-foot-long shard blade I'll be giving out.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's huge, and it's undergoing a few iterations, a few changes right now. I'm trying to fortify it because it's so heavy that the glue is breaking. So I'm trying to figure that out.
Wow, Steven, that seems mighty generous. Why on earth would you give something like that away? I hope there's a funny story behind it.
Oh, there is. Yeah. I brought it home, and the wife said, "What is that?" And I was like, "I'm taking this to Dragonsteel," and it was last year, but it wasn't a Stormlight Archive year. It was what was the other book? It was last year. What was it?
It was
Skyward.
Skyward, yeah.
So I was like, this isn't here to bring it. So I was going to bring it this year, but yeah, she's like, I'm sick of storing this in the house. Get this out of here.
Someone
Like,
didn't ask permission.
Nope.
Looks like my wife isn't the only wife who wears the pants.
Yeah, but it has been a pain in the butt to store in the house. So I'm like, all right, so let's just do it as a giveaway. We will give away a nozzle that printed it, or not actually printed it. It's a brand new
diamond studded, diamond bejeweled nozzle.
Diamondback synthetic diamond, so it has no wear. I used to manufacture it. I'll have to put a link in our video that we're going to talk.
So if your bed is not leveled, if your bed's not properly leveled, it'll just slice it right in half.
It will slice it in half. It will. So yeah,
nice.
Pretty exciting stuff. I'm excited. It'll be great. Oh, and we're also gonna give away some Grandpa Beck's games. We have a few more copies of those we're gonna give away as well. So
yeah.
So we have a bunch of stuff that we're gonna give away. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Steve said he's gonna be auctioning off some kisses as well.
Oh, sure.
That's the moneymaker right there.
It's gonna be a kissing booth at Dragonsteel.
I haven't asked my wife for permission for that either, but
yeah, well,
we'll figure it out.
Ask forgiveness.
It's better to ask forgiveness.
Yikes!
Okay,
it should be fun.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's fun. I've officially found the most nerdy panel that I could find, which I think is on Saturday, and no one else wanted to go with me, so I might be going alone. But it was called Realmatic Breath Theory or something like that.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, that's too nerdy for me, man.
It sounds awful, and I'm gonna love it. It was like theorizing on like compounded effects of like the weird stuff you could do with breath magic, and I'm like,
I'm
this
looking that up right now.
This sounds great. I told everyone to sign up for it, and everyone was like, "No, we want to go through cosplay."
Yeah, I didn't sign up for any of the cosplay thing. My issue is I signed
No,
up
it's called
for so
breath
many
hacking.
events.
It was called Realmatic breath hacking.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
My events are all overlapping each other, so I need to drop some or figure out what I'm going to do there. So
I've also been super busy getting ready for it, so I haven't really signed up for a lot. But the other guys whose tickets I bought on my account signed me up for a bunch of stuff.
Yep.
We all had to use the same login because they are my employees for a day. I will own them.
And as you should, because no one else bought a ticket but me.
It's the only way that they could get tickets to the conference.
It's true.
Anyway, yeah, Dragonsteel's gonna be super fun. 3 days of stuff.
Let's go.
Super excited.
Same.
Yeah, Steve said we could all sleep at his house.
Hey, that's fair, but
lives
I'm
in
not
Solid.
much closer. But okay.
I was just trying to put you on the spot. No, I'll probably be driving back and forth.
Did anybody get any World Hopper Ball?
No.
No one's going to that.
That's too much.
Here's the thing about it is, my wife isn't going, and I'm not.
Exactly. That's what I said too. It's like,
Yeah.
if my date's not coming, and then they're like, you need a ticket in order to get a ticket for the World Hopper Ball. I was like, are you serious? Okay, now I'm really out. Yeah.
Yeah, and also I'm straight.
Plus, it sounds like a cosplay type of thing. And I don't have the budget for that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. Plus,
it's called
my wife is going, and she sounded interested in it, but it's going to be a Rosharian thing, and she's only read Mistborn. So
that's fair.
Plus, it was extra money that we don't have. So
exactly. I'm not into dressing up. Why cover up a good thing? Yeah, I used to love Halloween. I still actually do. I like making costumes for my kids. I don't like dressing up. I never dress up for Halloween anymore. I am literally Scrooge. For Halloween.
Yeah,
I go all out on Christmas, but I like Halloween is like a big bah humbug for me. So
I love Halloween. I love the idea of dressing up, and this year we actually did.
You did
awesome.
David had a good costume.
Batman themed costumes for the whole family. But yeah, I agree. Most of the years, I don't have time or the money or the resources to make costumes. You know, they're worth it.
Yeah, that's the biggest part.
The last few years, my oldest son Elliot has wanted like costumes that would have been harder to make. Well, I still could have made them, but like he wanted to go as Master Chief, so I'm like, I'm not doing that. We just bought him a costume. But a few years ago, he was really into not Hollow Knight, into Shovel Knight, and so I made him Shovel Knight armor, and it was pretty great. And then the next year he went as Plague Knight, so I made him like robes and like a rope belt, and like it looks freaking good.
Yeah, you did a good job on that.
That's the best thing I've ever done in my life.
It's awesome.
I made a costume for my son, and I was jealous. I wanted to wear it. It looked so good. Anyway, Dragonsteel's gonna be fun.
Absolutely,
it's gonna be a party.
Wait. David, get better before Dragon.
I'm mostly better now. Just a slight cough.
I mean, we're going to be in booth 20 on the Indie Row.
Indie Row, yeah.
So, if that is important to you, that's what we'll do.
Absolutely.
You guys want to see a funny tweet or a zeet? So,
zeet.
It's because it's X term? Now. It's a zitter. I don't know. So someone posted this. They were very concerned about the lack of lights in this part of Africa, and it got a community note. Now, the note has been updated. Okay, this was not the first community note. It was literally this. people don't like sand. It's rough and coarse and irritating. It was there for a couple days before someone's like, okay, if we want to be taken seriously, we probably shouldn't have jokes as our community notes. But
That's
bravo,
pretty hilarious.
bravo, Twitter.
Sand.
That's pretty good.
See, I was going more along the lines of "I bless the rains down in Africa" or something. But
Yeah, exactly.
Sand
Oh,
was
David.
good
So
My language.
I did want to quickly look at
too.
my odds of owing someone on the internet $50.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Is Wicked going to hit 1 billion? I think it's going to be just shy.
It is exceeding expectations.
It's doing better than the second week projections, which means it had a better drop off than most films, 30%, not bad. For reference, Deadpool Wolverine had a almost 60. That's actually a pretty big drop off.
Yeah, that's
more than I
surprising.
would have expected. But Deadpool Wolverine opened similarly and hit 1 million. Their first week was about 200 million, and Wicked was half of that. So it has a bit more staying power, but also isn't hitting as hard. And I think it's going to come up just shy. And obviously, this is a rated R movie. This is a family-friendly movie. So if you compare it to Inside Out, which was more family-friendly, but also like more geared towards kids, not a lot of adults are going to see it. Probably not the best comparison either. That one hit, 1.5 billion. And actually had a smaller opening weekend, but then caught up in the second week and then pretty much just mirrored Deadpool and Wolverine with a little bit better staying power, a little bit lower drop-off rate because you can take families to see, and it overperformed the entire time. So Wicked will probably overperform a little bit. I don't know if it has enough gas to get to 1 billion. Deadpool and Wolverine barely made it. And Inside Out, passed it over. Overperformed by a good margin. So I think I'm safe. I think I'm safe.
I don't know. I think it's
Time will
still
tell,
up in the air there, Alan.
Here's the other one. Let's see. What was the other annual box office? What was the one that? Let's compare it to the one that didn't make 1 million. That was just shy of 1 million. And I think the numbers are pretty similar. It was
Thank you.
how much did Dune make? Was it Beetlejuice?
I do not know, bro.
How much did that one make? Nope. Was it Despicable Me 4? Okay, so Despicable Me 4, also a family movie, just shy of 1 billion.
Man.
Okay? So almost made $1 billion. And if you look at the numbers, they're comparable to
Yeah,
Wicked.
wow,
Look
yeah,
at that.
as well.
122,
Yeah, but this is Wicked we're talking about.
112. Okay? The
Yes.
drop off was 40%. So it's doing better. Who knows?
Yeah, I think it's
I don't
gonna
know,
be
man.
close.
This is
But this
Despicable Me 4.
massively overperformed. So
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I'm safe. I think it's going to get close. But I think those $50 will remain in my pocket.
We
Remains
shall
to be
see.
seen.
Of course, the guy that made the bet, he hasn't been back on the stream, so maybe he forgot. So maybe I'm safe either way.
Maybe.
That's one way to get out of it.
If you buy a ticket to Wicked, you have to mark. Oh goodness. Mark, if I lose the bet, where do you think I'm getting the money to pay it off with? All of your super chats. Okay.
Well, guys, I gotta hop off.
Okay. See you, man.
All right.
We'll see you on Thursday. It's going to be a party.
Woo! See you on Monday, actually,
Nice.
because you're gonna be hopping on my stream.
All right. I'm also going to be on Simply Nerdy.
Monday night at 9:30
Monday.
p.m. Yep. So look forward to that.
Yep.
It's going to be a party. See you then.
All right.
All
Thanks,
right.
guys.
See ya.
Yeah.
Thanks, Steven.
I also have been hard at work updating the schedule for next year. You guys want to see that?
No.
Okay.
Show it to us.
I wasn't prepared for that, so
Good. That's what I like to hear.
I guess we'll talk about Silo then.
Okay, all right. Let's see.
Yeah. So, well, Dune Prophecy's out, but we got Silo for the rest of the year, and everyone has to watch the Doctor Who Christmas special because it's going to be the greatest movie of all time. I'm not watching Skeleton Crew. It looks very gay.
Yeah, I don't have access to Disney
Oh,
Plus anyway. So
I wanted to go see War of the Rohirrim, and now I don't because it's been stupid social media garbage. But yeah, looking into next year, the week that Silo ends, Severance starts, and boy, I'm excited for Severance.
Mm-hmm.
The Wolfman is the movie. It's the Universal. They're doing the Wolfman. That was supposed to release like months ago, and they keep pushing it back. It looks really fun, but who knows if that still exists, right? So I've got mostly TV shows, and then I've looked up. Obviously, this is going to change. These release dates get shifted all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't want to watch all of these movies, but they're on the schedule so that we know what's happening in the zeitgeist, right? Severance will last us through March. And then Daredevil Born Again has 9 episodes. Of course, I don't know if it's going to last this long because they might, do a 3-episode thing.
Yeah. Invincible season 3 already. Wow, that's
Invincible
like a fast turnaround.
Invincible season 3. It starts in February.
Wow.
And
okay.
Again, I don't know if they're doing it. Last time they did a weekly release, but I think I can't remember if they started with 2 episodes or 1. So, this is when it starts. I don't know if this is when it ends. Devil May Cry, I don't know if anyone's interested in that, but that's coming to Netflix. And I don't know if it's going to be good. And then we got Night of Seven Kingdoms, a bunch of movies, and a bunch of TV shows that are supposed to come out this year that haven't been announced yet, like Vince Gilligan's TV show sometime this year. We have more details on it yet. It takes place in New Mexico. Shocker. But it's not an alternate history. It's an alternate future. So it takes place in current day New Mexico, and it starts with something happening that is different. Right? An event that so it's not supposed to be like it takes place in the real world, right? Sounds super interesting. It's the lady whose name I can't remember, who is Better Call Saul. She's the lead, and she's phenomenal. So I'll watch anything that Vince Gilligan makes because he's good.
Wasn't the new season of the HBO series The Rehearsal coming out?
Thank you. I forgot to put that on. Yes, The Rehearsal season 2.
We were all excited about that a couple weeks ago.
I'm gonna put it. Yeah, they don't have a specific date for it yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Or maybe they do. Yeah, so that will be somewhere too. Season 2. We're getting a animated Avatar sequel. This is not the Netflix. There's an Alien TV show. Stranger Things 5 comes out. Andor Season 2 is supposed to be this year. There's a prequel It series that looks interesting. And we get Terminalist, which I'm super excited for.
Oh, second season, huh?
I don't think
wrapped up pretty good.
I'm pretty sure God of War is no longer coming out this year since they just fired Rafe Judkins. Praise be. And I didn't think they'd filmed anything yet, so I don't think it's possible for God of War to come out this year. It was supposed to come out this year. I assume we're going to get a Wheel of Time announcement, probably like a Christmas. Maybe earlier, because when did we got Rings of Power in September. So I assume Season 3 is this year. Otherwise, they'll have to cancel it. You can't go 3 years between seasons. And I think it'd be really funny. I don't know. I haven't read the books. I know it's one of a horrible romantasy. But Court of Thorns and Roses is getting a TV show.
Really?
And if there's no nudity in it, I'm going to force all of you to watch it because I think it will make fun content. And there's a Count of Monte Cristo TV show that is in French and looks phenomenal, and I really, really want to watch it. So that's stuff to look forward to next year, and it's going to be fun.
Did I tell you guys that I've been reading the book, The Count of Monte Cristo?
No, but it's really good.
It's been fun. Yeah, it's been fun. It's totally different than the movie, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, my son this year finished the illustrated classics, kids version of Count of Monte Cristo, and he really enjoyed it.
They have not announced Rings of Power Season 3.
Thank goodness.
I assume they'll get a third season. Maybe not. But yes, I am a cruel man. No, come on.
Here's
it'll. I feel like we need something stupid to watch soon. We've been watching some good stuff ever since Rings of Power ended. It's been good stuff. We need a bad TV show again.
Fair point.
Hey, but here's the thing.
Mark's got stuff to give us. I've got stuff to give you, Mark. Well, just yeah. What? Okay,
I can watch this, huh?
So I was just thinking. So the interesting thing about Rings of Power is that my brother, my older brother.
Which one? You have 3 of those.
That was on the stream at the first when we were doing a lot of Will stuff.
Okay. Yes, Nathan. I love him.
So he watched Rings of Power Season 2 and he didn't even like it.
I know. I was shocked. He liked Season 1, and I got in a fight. I got in a fight with him.
Really?
Yeah. No. Yeah. It was at. I think it was at your wedding.
Oh, it could have been.
I'm pretty sure it was at your wedding. I got in a fight with your brother because he didn't like the Wheel of Time, and we cried over that show together. Yeah. And then I was like, "Hey, have you seen Rings of Power? It's even worse." And he's like, "Oh, I liked it." I'm like, "What?" He said, "Wheel of Time broke me so badly that I decided to stop caring, and I ended up enjoying Season 1, and I wanted to punch him right in the mouth."
That actually makes sense, though. I mean, he's just watching it to enjoy it,
But if he hated Season 2, he's come back to the light.
Yeah, right. Like he literally, like, that's what we were talking over Thanksgiving. He's like, Season 2 was so bad. It was so bad, and I'm like, right. Yeah. So anyway,
I love Nathan.
Got some redemption there.
He was supposed to come back to talk about Wheel of Time Season 2, but he told me, because we were doing Saturdays, and he told me Sunday is the only day that I sleep. Sunday is my sacred day, and I will not go on the internet and complain about TV shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, should we talk about Silo?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
An hour in, and we're finally talking about the only show we have on the docket today.
Hey, it's fun.
Talking about dragons.
I'll let you guys go first because I've read the book, so I've got things to say, and I don't want to taint the discussion.
I don't have a lot to say. I liked it. I think the crazy character that we meet, that Juliet Nichols finds in the abandoned silo, is really fun. Steve Zahn
has done wonderfully.
Yeah, his acting is just fantastic in there. Just completely unhinged. I like the exchange where he gives her some food, And he's like, "Hey, thanks for the food. Like, I didn't give it to you to, because you were hungry. I gave it to you to make sure you were real."
Yeah, right.
You know?
That was also a fun scene because the way he says it, you're like, oh crap! Like, did he poison it? Like, what's going? He's like, I wasn't doing it to be nice. I
Right.
just needed you to eat the food. You're like, oh, okay. Is he gonna come
Yeah.
kill me now?
Right.
But then it was
Especially
different.
with the bodies that were outside that were fresher than the
Yes.
than the new ones, the other ones.
But then it was a different twist, and it was equally entertaining.
Yeah, I agree. I really.
Yeah, that was good. I like to his reluctance to help her, and leave his confines of his vault or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really good. I don't know. I'm trying to remember what else happened in this episode. I do like. I called last time. I would prefer it if the future episodes went back and forth between the different areas, and we didn't just have one episode of just Juliet and the other episode of just Silo. So I appreciated that we got to see both perspectives in this episode. So that alleviated that concern for me.
Yeah, I agree.
I also really like that she's learning what happened with this other silo, and it's like, oh yeah, the guys, that person is alive, right? There was that graffiti saying such and such lives or whatever, just like what happened to her. Like, oh, they left because they thought that it was safe, and I need to do something about it, or everyone in my old silo is going to die too.
Uh-huh.
That's what I thought was crazy, is because like a lot of these stories, right? Like you look at like Fallout, it's all about that person leaving, and then nothing ever, like you never hear from that character again. They've left. They've made their expedition. If they survive, they survive. If they die, they die. Right. But I really liked how in this particular show, and maybe in the book, they brought that up where it's like, no, like this is what happened. This same thing happened in our silo, and it killed all of them. Like everybody in the silo died because one person didn't clean and went over the hill.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is also cool too, because it's like, well, how did they get over the hill? Was it the same sort of situation, right? Like in hers, where they just had good tape again, or was it that like
I don't know.
To that
Yeah,
and
that's another thing that you brought up there. I love the fact that she's like, "Oh, I need another suit." And he's like, well, why don't you use a fireman outfit or whatever it is? And he's like, well, that doesn't protect you from the radiation. He's like, well, neither do the suits.
Yeah.
Right. So that was good.
Yeah. Steve Zahn is wonderful. His performance is fantastic.
Really good.
I love him in everything he's been in. And it's. I didn't know who they were going to cast for this role, and the second I saw his eyes, I knew who it was, and I just thought that's perfect. Like the role is like written for him, and it's fun to see him get to be crazy in a similar but also like a different style from his normal brand of crazy. You know?
Yeah.
It's very entertaining to watch.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's really been fun with this episode, because you see that, like, you start to realize that there's a whole new depth to this character. That, like, for example, when the mayor in Juliet's is like, oh yeah, that silo has been dead like forever. It's been dead for so long. And then to kind of see the people outside the door and stuff like that, it's like, okay, well, how long has this guy been stuck all by himself in that room, right? Like, how long are we talking? And then there's those little cues where he's testing to see that she's actually there, she's a real person, where you're like, oh, okay, this must have been a really long time. So that I really like that. And yeah, he's been doing a great job, because it's kind of like and you can see that he's obviously torn, because he kind of wants to help her just to help her get out. Like, I think that's really like his motivation, right? Like, he's not trying to like help her to relocate and to rehabilitate and you know, get comfortable in that silo, which he's trying to protect. But he's just trying to help her get back. He's like, yeah, you know what? I think like I can't come out and I can't help you, but he's willing to at the end because he sees that her motivations are different. So I really like that character. He's been doing a great job, and the storytelling I think has been really strong.
So one thing I didn't like about this episode is the whole bit with the guy that they were trying to use to rile up the masses or whatever, and they said they were going to give him some drug to wipe his memory.
Yeah, that's all made up.
Time. And it seemed kind of pulled out of butts.
It's not. It's not in the book.
Yeah, that makes sense because it doesn't seem like a technology that they would have in the thing. And of course, it may have just been lies to get him what they want.
Well, also it's not very consistent with like the extra stuff that they were adding in season 1. We all thought, oh, it's something in the water.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they can't have microscopes. And now it's just a drug, and we have like full control over what it makes you forget.
Yeah, that was very out of universe, I think, for that.
I feel like if you had that kind of technology, like you could have solved some of the reasons why you had to go into a silo problems. You know.
Mark Clark is saying there's something like that in book 2, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Again, I've only read the first book.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew that there was some kind of memory loss drug, but we thought it was like a mass psychosis kind of thing where they But okay.
Spoilers, Mark. Spoilers.
Yeah,
I do need to keep reading. So
yeah. The other thing too is I thought it was the course of events in the original silo was a little bit weird. I didn't understand why the director guy would not release those that were taken captive. They were trying to bust them out, and he didn't. He was planning on releasing them, but he didn't until the riot broke out or whatever. And so it just seemed like he was just reacting to the riot instead of that was his plan all along.
That's
that part was to outlined later in their discussion with him and the girl, where she's like, "Oh yeah, it was straight out of the handbook to basically make everybody hate the mechanical, right?" And so.
Mm-hmm. But you can also see, because she knows some of the order, not all of it, right? But you can also see he's taking some extra steps, that maybe are extra cruel or, excessive.
Yeah.
Like,
and you have the other guy from.
While his intentions are still good, and that, you don't want people to go outside because they will literally die. You don't need to be as big of a dick about it.
Yeah.
So it's he's an interesting character, and they've added some stuff from the books, but I think it's still pretty accurate to his character in that, like, while he is technically in the right, his means don't really always justify the end, even though he's correct. He's got a little bit of hubris too. So in addition to being on the good side, he also likes the power.
Right. So my whole question, overarching with this whole series, though, is why keep up the subterfuge about, when the people are set out to clean, and it's all, that they pipe into the helmets the nice. Post-apocalyptic wasteland. What's all that for? That just to get them to clean?
I think it's designed to keep them in view until they die.
No.
It will incentivize them to stay behind and clean and then die in front of
die.
everyone. Because they're going to die,
Yeah.
right? That's not the lie. The problem is if you just send people out and they make a run for it, we don't know if they're dead or not. That's going to encourage more people to do it. So if you create this system that incentivizes people to stay and act like against their judgment, because like everyone says, I'm not going to clean, I'm not going to clean, I'm not going to do it, I'm just going to go for it. And then every single time they turn around, it's almost like they've repented, you know, and they're realizing, oh, it's hopeless. And then they die in front of everyone, even though we know that they're being tricked. The people in the silo don't.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It
right.
seems like a lot
the whole purpose behind the order of they've created this religious superstition, almost like the silos are sacred, and if you follow the rules, you'll be kept safe. And if you don't follow the rules, even if you're a person that would say I would never clean, even the craziest people, when they get out, they always clean. And so it's like a reverence almost,
Yeah.
It's creating that mythology, that fear, and that sense of, oh, there is no hope. Like, we need to stay in the silos.
Yeah. That makes sense.
There was another aspect too that I thought kind of that relates to this sort of environment, where they talked about how the mass of people, when they left, they went out, and he's like, it was actually a good day. It was a really good day. Like, they went out and they were out for a while, and then he said that it like suddenly came back, like everything came back, and then they all just died, right?
You could see from Juliet's, like, most of them were trying to get back in the silo, like they were turned the other way.
Yeah, right. So it's like they were out and they were comfortable and the environment was okay, and then something changed. So it's like,
so I have no idea the answer to that, because that wasn't in book.
Yeah.
It wasn't in the first book. I don't know if it's added or if it comes in later in book 2. But the whole description of the guy who left and came back, that's not in book 1, and said it's all lies. So I don't know if that's how it happens in the books or not. I mean, we do know that they all left and they all died, except for Solo. They've made some changes to Solo too, which I think work fine. I like. I think I can see what they're going to do with it being a little bit different, and I'm enjoying it.
Whoa!
And oh, geez, I can't pull it up yet, so I'm going to keep talking. It'll give it a second, but yeah. So Solo, in the book Solo, he's wandering around the silo. He's not just, he keeps that room secret, but he's also walking around. And I kind of like the change to make him even more isolationist, because of something that happens later. I think it makes more sense. But Nerdporial. Wow. $50 from Nerdporial. Thanks for being part of the Wheel of Time book club with me. Cheers. It was fun, dude. I love the Wheel of Time, and it was an excuse for me to reread the series, which I was going to put off until later. And so when you started doing it, I was like, oh, like I might as well start rereading the book Wheel of Time now. And I'm so glad you enjoyed the ending of Lord of Chaos, because I can't believe you didn't enjoy book 5. It's my favorite one, but I'm glad you enjoyed Demise Wells. Best excuse ever. Now you can pay off your wig. Well, Brian, Nerdporial, I might be giving all 50 of that dollars away if Wicked reaches $1 billion. I made a bet, but thank you so much for enabling. Thank you so much for enabling my degenerate gambling.
Yeah, you never gamble. That's why you never gamble.
Brian's a real friend. We need to watch more. We need to watch more Star Trek together. My free 4 months of Paramount Plus expired a while ago, and I've kind of been missing some of that old school sci-fi stuff.
Yeah.
So, Anyway, if you want to do if you want to come on book club, you can read either Heroes Die or Heart of Darkness. I already finished that one, and I've gotten 1 hour left of Heroes Die. It's fantastic. It's real good. Or you could catch up with Dungeon Crawler Carl. You have either a few days or maybe weeks. It depends on when Steve has free time to talk about book 5. If I say no to my wife, I have more free time. Okay. Mark, I feel like you don't understand the concept of a sugar mama. Okay? If my wife makes all the money, then I need to provide something else to the relationship or she'll leave me. I'm really good at sex. Okay? It's not so much that I can't say no, it's that it's I can't say no. You're right. That's it. The horror. Yeah. So get this. Dane Bornhold from the White Cloaks, who I love immensely, is also like so pretentious that after reading Hyperion and Fall of Hyperion, which are fantastic books, but really, really intense, like philosophically. Like a lot of those books are so pretentious that it's kind of hard to follow. And there's some scientific concepts and some philosophy and some just like if you're not paying attention and if you don't reread like 6 times, you're going to be lost. And even if you do reread, sometimes you'll finish the book and you're like, okay, I think I understood 80% of the book and the rest went over my head. So after reading those books, I said, oh, I would like to keep reading the Hyperion series, but I think I need a break. I need to rest my brain. And Dane Bornhold's solution was, okay, why don't you read Heart of Darkness? It's not exactly a break kind of book. But it's good. I liked it. But we'll talk about that later. On book club, whenever we sign up for it. I've been busy. I had a baby. Okay? I did all the work. And I just wanted I didn't want to think about anything. And he made me read Heart of Darkness instead. That was his suggestion. It's like, you need a break? Why don't you read A War and Peace? Or Don Quixote. Right? You should read Don Quixote. It's fantastic. But you got to be paying attention, you know. Apocalypse Now is the adaptation of the book. Yes, I'm going to watch the movie too, and then we're going to do the book club about it. So you're welcome to join. Yes. But I'm married.
You got one client.
I only have one client.
Yeah.
And she's a hottie. Number 4, yes. 1 boy and then 3 girls. So I've got a 9-year-old son, and then we took a bit of a break because we were both still in college. And then we got real jobs, and then we decided to just pump them out real quick to get it over with. So we got 3 girls in rapid succession, and then I no longer had a job, and so I started YouTube because that was the responsible father thing to do. Mark Clark hated Apocalypse Now. Yes, you've told me. I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know if I hate it. Anyway, the point of the story was Silo, right?
Yeah. There was one other thing I was going to bring up, but I liked, and I don't remember.
Okay, we're talking about Steve Zahn's character. It was the changes with Silo. Mm-hmm. Right. So the fact that he's locked himself up in the room is a bit of a change. But I like it. I think it works for the character. I don't think it takes away anything from future stuff in the books. I actually think it fixes a problem that I have later in book 1. A small problem, but we're like, oh, really? We're that. So I like the fact that he's never left the room. And I don't think it changes his character at all. Again, I don't know if the guy who left and came back and wrote It's Lies. I don't know if that's added or if that's later in the books. It's just not mentioned in book 1.
Well, in this episode, it just said that he wrote that when he went out to clean.
Yes. No, he said he wrote it in the camera and then came back the next day and spray painted it.
No. He said the people then spray painted it. So
yeah,
like,
that's what I thought.
The people did?
Yeah.
Okay.
The people
I thought he said he came back.
No. It was just like Juliet. He left.
But that brings up another thing, because here's the thing: if another guy gets over the hill, there's a probability that he could have made it into another silo as well.
Maybe.
And
most of the doors are closed, though.
That's still working and alive, right?
Maybe. So,
There's
I
a
think
chance,
it's implied.
but
Okay,
he's probably dead.
if I heard it wrong, then and they said the people went out and spray painted it, then it probably means that he's also dead.
Right.
Yes, but still, like, there's that, like, what if?
Yeah. So
We shall see.
that creates less problems. Makes me less worried. I'll go back and watch that to make sure you're not lying. I could have sworn they said that he came back the next day and spray painted it.
No.
But I guess I'm wrong. And R.I.P. money. Oh yes, I'm sorry. I made a foolish bet. No, I think I'm safe. I've analyzed the numbers. I don't think Wicked is going to make $1 billion. Okay.
see.
You can watch back. You can watch the VODs. I went over the numbers. I've compared it to a couple different comparable movies. I think your money is safe. The point. Okay. The other changes that I think we can discuss now, that I'm not excited about, are the character who hasn't even appeared in season 2 yet. The guy who got sent to the mines in season 1. The romantic interest for Juliet, right? Who was looking at the stars.
Well, because they brought the one guy that helped her back. So I'm wondering, like, did they just do something like that, similar, or I don't know.
Here's the thing. In the books, they develop a relationship and they start liking each other, but no one knows about it. And she asks him to do something crazy, and he's like, "No, I can't do this. This breaks the law." And he gets investigated for it, but he's also been working in IT this whole time. And instead of sending him to the mines, Bernard makes him his shadow and shows him the secret room that he showed the lady in this episode. So
Right.
I think they're replacing his role with the lady, but also, and we were wrong about last week. She does want to leave. I thought she was saying, I need the suit just in case. No, like, she wants to go out now.
Yeah.
Which also,
It's a weird choice.
so the role that she's supposed to be filling is no longer filled. So there's a very specific thing that's supposed to happen with that character who's now in a position where he knows more stuff, right? There's some really, really important stuff. My favorite scene in the entire books is with that character. And it's phenomenal, and I don't think that they can do that scene anymore, and I don't know why you'd take that out of the books. But also, it affects the ending of the books, too. And they've fixed it a little bit by revealing to Juliet that everyone in her silo is probably going to die. Right? By saying, hey, because you didn't clean, they might try and leave too. So now she's trying to get back, which she's initially trying to get back because of the other character. They end up talking to each other over the radio secretly.
I was gonna say. So does that mean there's
Because he gets locked away in a secret room, shadowing for Bernard, and he can communicate with the other silos, and she gets on the horn here and starts talking to him secretly and gets information and realizes, oh no, I need to come back or everyone's going to die, right?
Yeah. Well, see,
so they fixed part of the problem, which is the reason why she's trying to get back. So now she has, and I thought it was very clever how they did it, how they made her realize that her actions are going to cause the death of a bunch of people. So she's motivated to get back. But she's also supposed to do something in this second silo first before she... There's a whole story arc that's pretty important of things. I think they're still going to do it, but it's not going to have the same weight, right? Like her initial goal is she's trying to... I don't know how much I want to spoil, right? She tries to do something in the new silo and it fails, and then realizes, oh, I need to get back to the other silo. I think they're still going to do that, and what's surprising is it's an action set piece, much similar to the one that they added in season 1, which was stupid, right? So when she's fixing
off the engine and redirecting the power or whatever.
So stupid. I hated that, right? So like, there's an action scene in the second half of the book that I feel like they might be taking out, which would have been really fun to see. And I'm shocked that they would take it out because they added in extra action in season 1, right? I think they can still have an explanation for why she needs to have this journey in this silo. So I think they will do it, but it's not going to have the same weight, right? Like her motivations are going to be different. And so I don't know. It bugs me. It bothers me. But what bothers me the most is her love interest character, who is... I don't understand why they got rid of him. And it also makes no sense that they sent him to the mines, because presumably they can't dig sideways. They said that in the show. He can only dig down, so he'd have to be digging underneath mechanical. And now mechanical is like, there's no way they could get police. It doesn't make sense. The fact that this character is gone. And maybe they're revealing that it was a ruse. He didn't get sent to dig, and he has become Bernard's shadow, and that's why we haven't seen him. He's just locked away in a room. Yeah, but I feel like the only reason you do that is to pull the wool over book readers' eyes. Like it doesn't doesn't give anything to you.
No, not at all.
And at this point, it wouldn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
if they revealed that that's it.
To be like, oh, this guy got sent to the mine, but now he's...
I just told everyone that he was sent to the mine so that he could secretly become my shadow. I kind of feel like that's what they're going to do, and it's not going to feel very good.
Well, but that's the thing. He told him personally.
Yes, I know. That's why it doesn't work. I agree, Jared. That's why it doesn't work.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Yeah, that's odd. But
Mine
so far, I'm
dead.
still liking everything from the show. The other thing that
this episode was pretty good.
I liked it a lot. Scene that I really liked was everything with Juliet's father. His conversations,
great scene
with the couple that are trying to have kids, and they're like, "Hey, we're trying to have kids or whatever," and he tells her his name, Dr. Nichols, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. You just lost your daughter. We're just talking about having kids. Like, do you have kids? Yeah, I had kids.
Yeah, it was a good scene.
She's dead now. She got sent out.
And his choice to go against orders and let her have a baby is good stuff.
That was fantastic emotional stuff there.
I didn't love the riot stuff. Like, it felt a little bit forced. And
that's what I was. Yeah.
Like, and the reason it feels forced is because they're stretching it out. Like, they're supposed to start fighting immediately. It's like the same day that Juliet leaves. It's like the next day they start fighting, and so they're adding a little bit of filler to stretch it out, and it feels forced. And you've got these characters who are like, oh, we don't want to fight, but then we do, and then you want to fight and I don't want to fight, but now we both want to fight, but this person doesn't want to fight, and it's like,
yeah,
come on, just stop. You're like, you can tell it's being stretched.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel very authentic. And I do not like that actress who's playing the lady, the butch lesbian best friend, whatever her name is. I don't think she's very good. She's just not believable in her role. Her only emotion is Scowl.
Yeah.
I'm a strong, independent woman. I don't need no man. This is the only thing I can do in my face. I'm angry all the time.
Yeah.
So, but I like the guy. I forget his name, but he's finally in the position that he's supposed to be in from the beginning.
The head of
Jax
mechanical guy.
or some Jax? Is it Jax? Something like that. Yeah. We'll see. It should be interesting. I don't know how they're going to fix some of the changes and what they're going to change, but it's like depending on how they change it, it's pretty faithful to the books, or it could be not very faithful. It really just depends on one character. Well, two characters. Because my two favorite scenes. Yes, the two best scenes from the book are with the first character who's just disappeared. There's this fantastic moment later that might not exist now. And then the second best moment is with the lesbian character who's supposed to have a husband. So my two favorite parts of the book might not exist.
Yeah.
Great.
That's too bad.
Well, we'll see.
I'm still liking it, but I don't know if I can condone it yet. You know, I'm like, this is good, but why would you do that? Please, like I've just been burned by so many other shows in the past. You know, I just like my heart of hearts is telling me that it's gone. You know, and so like my reaction is to say, oh no, I hate this. But they could still fix it. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. See where it goes.
More Clark. I just finished my last part for work, so I have nothing to do until I get home from Dragonsteel. Nice. Well, you should start reading Heroes Die. I'm loving it. It's fantastic. It's a super unique premise. Garrett just texted me. There is a ticket available, but you gotta pay $100 if you want it. He's not giving it away for free.
That's the normal ticket price.
Yeah,
that's not in the budget, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was unclear when I talked to him if he was gonna giving it away for free or not. But yeah, he wants to sell the ticket. Apparently.
Okay.
If anyone wants an extra ticket,
At least he's not price gouging. That's good to hear.
I think 113 with taxes is what he paid. Can be a party, Jared.
Yeah, you know, if I wasn't prioritizing my budgets and other categories, it might be something I'd do. But
yeah,
I haven't looked at
the next couple of years. I'm pretty strapped.
Hold on, and you can't go. You wouldn't be able to go until like Thursday night, right? Could you go? Could you go Friday or just Saturday?
Well, Saturday I'm pretty busy. Saturday I wouldn't be able to go.
What? I thought you said you could go Saturday.
I know, but
look, I'm almost tempted to pay for it if you'll go.
Well, I forgot I had a couple things that are pretty important on Saturday, so pretty sure it's this Saturday.
Mark Clark, don't spread lies.
Is he talking about my kids again?
David's gonna give away Mistborn.
No, it's mine. You can't have it.
You can only win it if you're there.
I should have bought an extra copy though to give away. That would have been a good. But I figured they're going to be selling these there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Games going to have a booth right there.
How much do you think that's worth? $100?
This? No, like 30.
You can't even go on Saturday. Okay, so you'd be able to go. You wouldn't be able to go during the day though, right?
No.
On Thursday or Friday?
No, I actually have some other conference.
Well, then I'm not going to buy the ticket for you. I was like, I haven't looked at my finances because I've had to spend a lot of things for Dragonsteel, but I'm like, if Jared will come all 3 days, I'll just buy the ticket for you.
Yeah, I'm actually there's actually some other stuff that has come up.
I'm not as in the hole as I thought I was.
You might want to reach out to other Jared. He was looking for possibility of going, but that was a while ago.
Oh yeah,
Or he has been on the
text him.
stream for months.
Yeah,
Text him then. Yeah, send him a text.
He's been busy. I don't know.
He's forgotten.
Yep. I don't know if he's available to do that anymore, but.
Okay. Well, it's been a blast. Next week we've got more Silo, and less Dune. And if anyone's still watching Dune, let us know if it's good. No judgments. I just don't want to,
Yep.
I just don't want to promote it,
Yeah.
And it looked interesting. It's a real shame because I love the Dune universe. But Skeleton Crew drops this week. I'm not excited for that.
I mean, I love Jude Law. He's really good, but
but he's barely going to be in it.
Yeah, he's the only possibly redeemable part of that show. Everything else looks like hot garbage.
Yeah.
It looks like Willow all over again in Star Wars universe.
No.
That it looks that bad.
Mark's going back home on Sunday night. So you need to DM me, Mark, and we'll figure out when we're going to hang out and stuff. So just don't expect anything Thursday. I'm going to be driving at like 5 o'clock in the morning to get there to set up for the booth, and I'm just going to be at the booth all day. And then the rest of the week, I'm yours. We can hang out and have fun. So, yeah. Anything else, David? You guys have anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Silo's fun. It's just really worried about those two things.
Yep.
So, there was something else. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Another show or
No, it was something about Silo. I thought I don't know. Steve Zahn was just tasty in it.
Mm-hmm.
I like that he just blasts music to get her attention. Hey, come back and talk to me. I'm not coming to you. I'm just gonna turn the music on until you show up so we can talk.
Oh, good. You heard the music.
Okay. Oh, I really liked the moment where she just asks him if he killed those two people.
And he doesn't.
She's like, "Oh, did you kill these guys?" I don't know. I thought that was fun.
I also really liked when he did come out and he's like on the bridge, and he's.
Am I wearing clothes correctly? Is that how they...
What?
His first line is, "Do I look okay?
Yeah.
Am I wearing the right clothes?"
And he's like, "Yeah, you look just not what I expected." But I really thought it was a nice touch though how he's shaky, and so she's helping him, and he's like, no, stop, like stop, because it kind of feels to him like she might be attacking him, right? And so it's interesting, like they've done so well at developing that character that those little things.
This is the first episode he's been in.
Yeah,
he had one line in the other episode, and he's already just great.
Yeah, but it's that one thing that you're like, oh yeah, this is clearly a character who is deprived of any human interaction at all, and all he knows is fear that someone's trying to get into his asylum. Yeah. Like, it was so good.
Yeah,
I hope it does answer the questions though about, because she mentioned that the other two people that were dead outside were fresher than everyone else. Yeah. So I hope it answers where that came from, if they were raiders from somewhere else that came in, or if there are other survivors from that silo that tried to break in afterwards, or what. But interesting. I'm enjoying it.
Oh, they might have changed something else about his character too that I don't want to talk about because they might bring it up, and I don't want to spoil it. So
gotcha.
Never mind.
Full spoilers for book 1 at the end of the series, at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Be fun
because they didn't specifically mention that he was a shadow. Now it might be.
I liked that tidbit too.
In the book, there's a different reason. Now it might be the same both things might be true, and I'm hoping that they are. There's another aspect to his character that I hope they don't get rid of.
Nice.
So,
Okay.
we'll see.
Yeah, I liked that tidbit that he was a shadow, because it's like he knows some stuff. He's privy to information that nobody else has, but he's also not fully trained, so he doesn't know probably why he's protecting this silo, these secrets.
There is a reason for that in the books, and it might be different. So we will probably. I assume if it's not brought up next episode, then we can talk about it. But who knows? I might have spoiled the reveal that the other guy is still alive. But also, I can't remember the love interest guy in the TV show. Did he work for IT?
Yes.
He did. Okay.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. So it wasn't super important in season 1, but that was a big part of his character. He was working for IT. Bernard started grooming him for a shadow, and he becomes shadow. So I might have spoiled that if they're going for a fake out, which I think is stupid. So I don't really care that I spoiled it. Sorry, not sorry. And we'll see you guys next week. We'll see you guys at Dragonsteel. Hit me up on Twitter if you need a ticket. As we're gonna see if Jared can drive down from California last minute, or I'm sure we can find someone. We have lots of cousins. So anyway, Dragonsteel's gonna be fun. It's going to be a party, and looking forward to it. See you guys next week.
Okay, bye.
See ya.
Bye.
And now it is time to say goodbye.
We had a great conversation.
It's been fun. But all good things must come to an end, and the goodest ending I can think of is...
Right now, this moment, this night.
So I guess we just say goodbye.
So, goodbye.
Toodaloo. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao. Ding dao day. But come back next week for more outrageous bloopers.
This is the end.
Well, there's only one thing left to do.
I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If it's true, please take a minute to subscribe to the channel, and you can join us along for the ride. And if you pay me, I'll try to be more entertaining. So please consider joining Patreon and getting your name in the credits with pride.
I'd buy that for $1.